My name is Abigail Justus, and you're listening to the Adams State Podcast. Today I'm here with Darin. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Darin Tandberg. I am the wife of David Tandberg, who's the president here at Adams.
Wow. What is your favorite, pastry chef, treat? I know you're a renowned pastry chef, so you must have, a lot of options to choose from.
Well, thank you. I went to culinary school 5 or 6 years ago, and I've always loved baking. I've worked in some bakeries. I worked as a chocolatier. I do a lot of things on my own. I think my favorite treat to make, though, and to eat is anything that combines orange and chocolate. I love that combination. I love candied orange peel dipped in chocolate, or a chocolate orange mousse cake, things like that.
I used to live next to a Rocky Mountain chocolate factory. Nice. And the peels are about 95 cents per one, so you can get a bunch for $5.
Yeah.
And I think it's very interesting because I figured out while looking into the topic that you and President Tandberg were both alumni of Adams State. What's it like being back at Adams State, not as a student, but as someone who has authority over students?
Well, I have such a fun job, I think, as the First Lady. David has to do a lot of the responsibility, and I get to kind of show up for the fun stuff. So I think I'm in a unique position to really get to know the students, the faculty, the staff. We get to have events at our house, invite community members over, just get to really know people in a way that I wouldn't otherwise. So that's a really cool thing.
I think that's a very interesting perspective. I know when I have gone to the student outreach things, the sand dune trips, I've always seen you just pulling President Tandberg around with you while you socialize.
Yeah.
But what is the big changes you've seen on campus since being back as not a student but as the First Lady of the school?
Yeah, there's so much that's the same, and I love that. I love coming back to this place that's familiar, and but there's some big differences. When I was a student here, we went to a football game, and I remember very few people in attendance. We had these old metal bleachers, and it was just very different. So the stadium is new, the bubble, the indoor track is new. There's other renovations around here that are different. There's a lot that's changed. I think the biggest thing that's different, though, is just my perspective. I'm here as, in a very different role than when I was a student. So last time I was here was, I was taking classes and scared and nervous and trying to get involved and studying and things like that. And so it's just, I think the biggest change for me now is just the perspective.
I know personally, I have grown up coming to the campus as a small child because my parents were both alumni, and my family lives in town, my aunts. So I've seen things change, not as big because I was just walking around, seeing where my parents went, and I know my parents and I were talking about it recently on a phone call, and they're yeah, when we were here, we were still the Native Americans. And I was huh, where are the bears now?
Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Grizzlies. And I think it's very interesting to see the differences in the campus, especially from just a year ago. Because let's admit, we're still dealing with COVID and all of that. It's still here and all, but it's not as present in our everyday lives.
Right.
What advice would you give to students since you are an alumni?
I think the best advice I can give to students is just to really get involved. It's hard sometimes to put yourself out there and to meet new people and to go to something maybe by yourself or something new, but just really try to enjoy the experience and it's a once in a lifetime, well, not once in a lifetime, but it's a unique opportunity in your life. Hopefully you look back on these years with like fondness and great memories. And I think just enjoy it to the fullest now. Get the most that you can out of your classes and activities and events, and just have fun.
Going into that topic, what is your favorite like event on campus?
That's a really hard question, Abby. There's so many really fun things to do here. I love going to the theater shows, the choir concerts, musical productions, a lot of the sporting events. But I think probably my favorite event is new student orientation and that first week of school. We just have a lot of excitement and optimism and enthusiasm, and new people are coming onto campus, new students with their parents, and we get to meet them. We get to see people that we had previously met. It's just a really fun and exciting time.
I remember going to those events and it was very fun. What's your favorite spot on campus? Like as both either a student or like now?
When I was a student, and now, I really like anywhere that has a piano. I really enjoy playing the piano, and I don't have one at Marvel House. And so I love going over to the music building with my daughter. Sometimes she has auditions, and so we'll go over there and play the pianos and have fun. We'll go to Leon Memorial when it's empty, and I like playing the piano on the stage, the grand piano up there. When I was an undergrad, I liked that too. I took a piano class and really enjoyed playing the piano, finding different pianos on campus and being able to play those.
I do have to admit, like I have a very basic knowledge of piano, and so it's fun to see those like around, especially for like the music majors and like just the people who've accidentally picked up a few songs along the way. Mm-hmm. What would you say you're most proud of in like your either pastry career or like anything on campus or anything at all?
I think, as cheesy as it sounds, I think the thing I'm most proud of is raising my 3 kids. I have three amazing kids, 2 adult children that live in the Denver and Boulder areas. And, to see them thriving and being successful and being happy and just making their own choices in life and being able to do that in a way that it betters themselves and the people around them just makes me really proud. And then we've got our 16-year-old here who, has had a lot of challenges to overcome. We moved her down to Alamosa 2 days before school started here. And so that was difficult for her. But to see the challenges that she's overcome and the friends she's made and the things, she's doing great in school and gymnastics. And it just makes me really proud as a mom to see the things that my kids are doing. And so, yeah, that's my proudest accomplishment.
I wouldn't say that's cheesy at all. I think raising another human being is one of the hardest things you can do because there's no actual like textbook on it or anything like that. Is there anything you would want to say, like anything else?
No, just thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me to do this and getting to know me a little bit better. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I'm glad you accepted the offer when we reached out. Thank you for coming on today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I want to thank everybody for listening.